Welcome back to another episode of Lights, Mics and Studios with myself, Charl. And again, welcome back to the studio of the I Am Youth Movement. Lights, Mics and Studios is a playlist on I Am Youth Movement's YouTube channel, in which we look at the radio industry and professional audio industry and see how we can find a correlation between that and our spiritual life. So what we're doing basically is we're using radio as a metaphor to see where God can fit into absolutely every single area of our lives. The theme for this video is the producer. What's the role of the producer in a radio studio? So, when you're listening to radio, 99% of the time you are only hearing the voice of the presenter, or in this modern day and age we call it the radio announcer. You're only hearing his or her voice, but what you don't know is that there's been a producer standing in the control room or wherever, and he's actually saying stuff into the announcer's ear to lead the program into a very specific direction. The announcer and the producer can be the same person, but it's not usually the case. In other words, the producer is sitting with the announcer, he's planning the program, they're typing out the script, which we have discussed in the past, to know where the program's heading and what's happening. Now, the reason the producer needs to be in studio while the program is on air is because of the fact that we've got call-ins and SMSs, and in this modern day and age we use WhatsApp and Telegram to communicate with our listeners. And then the producer chooses which voice notes will be played and which song might actually fit to what the discussion is heading into and stuff like that. To choose when the ads are going to play and all that. Obviously it's all in the script, but the broadcast is a living organism. Not everything goes according to the script. Now, how does that correlate with our spiritual life? We've got a producer as well, I believe. We've got a plan for our life, which is obviously the will of God, which would be the script. But our producer would be the Holy Spirit. He's the one whispering in your ear, pray for this person. Don't go to that shopping mall. Switch off the TV. Don't watch this show. Rather put that book down. That's the role of the Holy Spirit. He's leading us in all godliness to assist us to become more like Jesus and more like God. The very fancy theological term for that is He's the one leading you in the process of sanctification. What does that mean? He's leading you in the process of becoming holy. The Holy Spirit is our producer. Much like on radio, certain stuff happened that we weren't planned for. Obviously, God did plan for that. But how you react to that is by the leading of the Holy Spirit. The producer in your life telling you to listen, stop, pray, touch, don't touch, refuse, say no, say yes. That's the role of the Holy Spirit in your life. Now, if you're in a radio studio and you're actually talking on the mic, you're busy broadcasting and the producer whispers something in your ear, it's very easy to get distracted and actually stop what you're saying and then just answering to what the producer is saying or trying to talk to the producer, which of course takes a lot of practice not to do. It takes a lot of practice to have someone talk in your right ear while your mouth is saying something totally different than what you're actually hearing. You need to concentrate on two things at the same time. The same thing is happening in your spiritual walk. You need to practice to hear the Holy Spirit. And the only way you can practice it is by actually listening and saying, that was the voice of the Spirit. The more you do it, the more you will obviously be able to hear Him in a vast amount of circumstances and changing circumstances. And more importantly, you'll be able to hear Him and distinguish His voice in an instant. That's it for this video on the producer and the role of the Holy Spirit in our life. My name's Charl. Please do click subscribe to this channel. Do also watch all the other videos. And if you've got any feedback on stuff that you would like to see or stuff that you've seen in your spiritual walk, please do not hesitate to leave it in the comment section below.